Check. One more time. There we go. Good evening, Phoenix. By a show of sound from the audience, both here and scream at your Twitch monitors at home, who's ready for a little bit of roller derby? Welcome to the Hall of Dames. It is the home of Arizona's only bank track indoor roller derby. Good evening. I'm Clofton P. Grudge. Joining me this evening is...
Wait, that is on?
There you go.
Joshua Daniel, Calvin Weibel, thank you very much, Arizona!
This is my co-announcer for this bout, otherwise known as JD.
Yep.
This evening is Special Olympics celebration. We are so excited to be here. We are celebrating the fact that all athletes can compete. We're going to get to our first presentation momentarily. We're going to get going now that we got everything geared up and we got 2 microphones and whatnot.
Almost definitely, almost definitely.
Yes, thank you. So, the first thing we got to do before we get to our introductions of our regulators and the first presentation, and then the teams, here's what we got. So, don't forget, we've got the Doomsday Valkyries versus the Runaway Brides.
Oh.
After that is going to be our minor assaults. So, who all here is at their first bank track roller derby bout? Yeah, that's a lot. I like it. Is anybody watching roller derby for the first time down here? More? I like it.
Me, I actually have never watched roller derby before.
Excellent. We are in for a treat. So here's 3 things you have to know here in the arena. Number 1, skaters take precedence in line for the bathroom. Anybody who's got skates on gets to cut in line for the restrooms. We also have 2 bathrooms outside. Number 2, no whistling from the stands. Whistling from the stands can interrupt the flow of the game. Our skaters are trained to stop when they hear the whistle, just like in a lot of sports. So please, no whistling from the stands. And finally, that yellow line that goes around the track, stay behind that yellow line during all times during game action. That line separates you from catching anything flying out of the track like a skater or a skate, but oftentimes a skater. So stay behind that yellow line at all times. So,
Okay, all
right. So, it is my distinct pleasure now, give me 1 second here. Now that we've gotten over those little clerical things that we have to do first, I would like to introduce to you the third team here this evening, as we like to say. And this is the team that we could not do this without, because without them it would be lawless and anarchy. Here you go. This is your introduction really fast for the regulators. Your regulators this evening: head referee Momicidal, game executioner Crash. Front pack ref is Ref Boyardee, back pack ref is Bender B. Rodriguez. Your jam refs are Gigi and Meryl Streak. Your eyes in the sky are Mad Moxie and Lollipop. Your penalty tracker is Chasen Voorhees. Your penalty tracker assist is Crystal Ballbuster. Your penalty boxes are Debris and Yazzle Dazzle. On whiteboard is Stinkenstein. On scoreboard is Baby Bat. And our volunteer medic is Nacho Mama. Please give it up for our volunteer regulators and our medic staff. They keep us going and keep us all set and legal. And now, stepping on to our next...
The Special Olympics are going to come and talk right now.
Exactly.
So give it up for the Special Olympics!
All right. Special Olympics is a global sports movement that unleashes the human spirit every day around the world through the transformative power and joy of sport. Through programming in sports, health, education, and community building, Special Olympics is tackling the inactivity, stigma, isolation, and injustice that people with intellectual disabilities, or ID, face. To share more about the organization, please give a round of applause for Special Olympics athlete Trevon.
Test. Guys, hear me all right? Hello, everyone. My name's Siobhan Cog. I'm with Special Olympics. I'm an athlete, global master, help master with the Elevation program. The sport I play with softball, golf, bowling, track and field, hockey, and flag football.
And I'm Mike Tom, and I'm the Special Olympics Arizona Athlete Leadership President. And what Special Olympics mean to me, it means a lot to me. I've competed in flag football, track and field, and bowling. And my favorite memory of Special Olympics is when I competed in my first bowling national tournament in Vegas.
So, Special Olympics mean to me is a great opportunity for me to make new friends and then get to know each other. So, in 2022, went to the 2022 USA game in Orlando, Florida. I competed with flag football with Team AZ. For flag football, we got first place in the first time ever. So, it was a great experience for me.
All right, let's get one more round of applause. Round of applause for Trevon heading to the stairs to exit the track. Thank you so much, sir. We really appreciate it.
Alrighty, people, are you ready to knock some blocks out? Introducing first is the Runaway Brides. Wow, that hurt. Wow. All right, where's the paper? Where's the paper at? Okay, what am I?
And then when you've gone through the roster, then do your captions at the end.
Number 00, Nova. All right, hold on one moment.
All right, here comes Nova. See, Nova's always last.
All right. Number 00, Nova Kane. Number 4, Cherokee. Number 16, Mamba. Number D20, Double D. Number 25, Nightmare. Number 95, Lightning the Queen. Number 151, Ash. Smash 'em. My bad. Number 192, Baby. And number 300, Dolly Spartan. Let's hear it up for our coaches, Troy McClare and Cryptic Kelly. Oh. Oh, yeah. Well, let's do that real quick. And also, number 300, Dolly Spartan, and also number 420, Astro Hot. And number 623, Hollywood. And number the B666, Strange. And let's hear it for the last one, number 1981, Sandra Slay O'Connor. And let's hear it for the Runaway Bride!
Now taking the track from the far bench, dressed in black this evening, that's the Doomsday Valkyries. Sweet, okay. Yeah, pretty much we go right into the game. Skating tonight for the Valkyries, number 5, Motion Sickness. Number 34, Pretty Hurt Machine. Number 007, Clutch Cannon. Number 070, Invader Slim. Number 98, Belair Bitch. Number 101, Hurricane May. Number 113, Dahlia Murder. Number 131, Muerta. Number 401, Optimus Prime. Number 626, Remy Ruckus. Number 669, Nikki Badass. Number 816, Kansas City. Number 925, Evil Twin. Your co-captain, number 73, Shirls. And your captain of the Doomsday Valkyries, number 22, Mimi Mahler. Coaches for the Valkyries this evening, Infidel Castro and NC Jammer. All right, with that whistle, we are ready to get underway.
And I am really, really excited for this one.
Yeah, first bout you're ever at. I am excited for you to be excited for this.
Yeah, most definitely. All right, and they're off.
That is Cherry Kiss for the Runaway Brides and Hurricane May for the Doomsday Valkyries.
All right, and this one, and then number 4 is Auto Livestar. Woo! Just like a spark of a bomb.
So Cherry Kiss is out for the brides, and we'll explain what all this means in just a moment. Cherry is fighting through the pack, has gotten through the pack, and will now stop the clock.
Uh-oh, we got some stuff. What is happening?
All right, exactly. So let's explain to you what all is going on. You see at the back of the pack, there is...
I think. Where's the back of the cat? I think.
Thank you. At the back of the pack are the skaters that have stars on their helmets. The skaters that have stars on the helmets, and we're going to have a stoppage in play, so there's going to be a timeout. You see that's Crash coming out to signal a timeout, and this is a team challenge. Wow, we've got all sorts of things to explain here, but lots of time to do it in because challenges take 5-6 minutes.
That makes sense.
Anyway, I like to tell people it's like VAR in soccer, but not fraught with corruption.
Ah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So anyhow, let's give you kind of a once-over for anybody at home and anybody here in the arena. What you'll see is when the jam starts, when the skaters come on the track, there is usually at the beginning of the bout, there will be 5 for each team if there's no penalties being served. All right. There's 4 blockers, one of whom wears a stripe on their helmet. That'll come into play in a moment. They start at the front of the pack. At the back of the pack, you saw the skaters with stars on their helmets. Those are the jammers. You can think of them as point scorers.
Ah, okay.
So, what you have to do is you have to get a jammer can score points once they have gotten through the pack and have gone around the track, like Cherry Kiss did. So, that means you have to try to get your jammer out of the pack and keep the other team's jammer from getting out. So basically, both teams are playing offense and defense simultaneously.
Yeah, I guess that makes kind of sense.
So you'll see that as we go along. So you saw eventually the Valkyries got their jammer out as well. The first jammer to get out is called the lead jammer. And
Okay.
they have the privilege of stopping the clock once they've scored their points. And that's what Cherry Kiss did. Cherry
Okay.
made the signal, which is, it's supposed to be a very, like, windmilling of the arms from forehead down to hips, but it's more
That
of a
makes sense,
violent
that makes
chopping of the
sense.
hips. You'll see the lead jammer out in front will do that once they've scored their points.
All right, all right.
So basically, that's what you saw there. You saw Cherry Kiss getting her 4 points and calling off the jam. Now, we had a
Okay.
penalty assessed to Cherry Kiss. It was an arms penalty, which is an illegal block utilizing the arms. That's the first one on there. It's A. It's pretty common. I would say show. Would you say arms probably one of the more common? Probably, yeah. It's a little elbow action.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Directional block and stopping. Okay, listening to a skater
Yeah.
back here. Anyhow, so what that means is Cherry Kiss was assessed a penalty. When you're assessed a penalty in bank track, in flat track, you will sit out for 30 seconds.
Right.
In bank track, you miss the next jam. When your jammer gets a penalty, you don't feel the jammer in the next jam. This is called a power jam, and it basically means the Valkyries now can focus on offense only
Okay.
and focus
Oh,
only
and
on
something
getting
happened
Hurricane
on
May
there,
out.
over there.
So Hurricane May is their jammer and is going to get around Hollywood at the end of the pack, and now
And then,
so
number
yeah.
101 just scored a point, I think.
No, now scoring points. Now that May has gone all the way around, now May has scored points on this trip. That is
that makes
unofficially 5 points because you get the points for the skaters in the penalty box as well.
Oh, okay, that makes a lot more sense. That makes a lot more sense.
So that's what we're facing right now. The Valkyries now with their second scoring pass. Also, you'll note that the Valkyries are skating with a 2-skater advantage overall because there are multiple blockers for the brides in the penalty box.
Oh, god darn! That was wow. That was awesome.
May's
Not
coming
gonna lie.
around with 4 seconds left to go and
4
gets a
seconds
great
left.
block from Remy Ruckus and Pretty Hurt Machine
And
mid-pack.
there's the whistle.
So you saw there it was a big advantage because the Runaway Brides, first of all, had no point scorer, so knew they couldn't score any points, and then also had 2 blockers down. So they only had 2 skaters out there against 5 for the Valkyries, and you can see
That
that,
makes
led
sense,
to
that
a
makes
big
sense.
20-point jam for the Valkyries.
20 points.
That's
20 point
huge.
jam,
Yeah,
right?
20.
Oh,
If you get up into double
wow.
digits, that's a big jam, trust me.
Wow. So, which one was it? The
Yes.
Doomsday Valkyries just got a, wow, they just got a massive jump ahead.
Yeah. The
Like
great
a
thing about Derby is
massive
there
one.
can be big swings of momentum, and obviously you saw that was just the production of one jam. So
Oh, that makes sense.
who we're facing here, the jammers right now are Dolly Spartan for the Runaway Brides, who is up by the front of the pack.
Oh, and one of the players actually go down. Whoa. Okay, wow, that was nuts. Okay. Dolly Spartan is the lead jammer at the moment.
Yeah, she's gone all the way around. Is
And
now going
scoring
to be.
position of, well, she's scoring position, I guess.
Yeah,
I'm
she
sorry.
gets a point for every skater she gets by now. And
Okay.
you see there, she stopped the clock because I'm going to guess that she already knew she'd passed Mimi Mahler, which once you pass a skater,
Ooh,
you
and we
don't
got
lose the
something
point.
from the ref. We got something from the ref. All right, something's happening with the ref.
So they're going to hold up the board here, and when that turns around, you can see what they're saying.
I actually can't.
Oh,
Can't
Can't-
really. Nah, I can't.
nope, none
It's
of
a
us
little
can.
bit
It's
too
okay,
far.
neither can I.
It's a little
That's
bit
all right.
too far.
Well, I believe I saw an IB, but we'll get to that.
Oh,
All right, on
I-
to the next jam. That's going to be Cherry Kiss. Once again for the Runaway Brides and Hurricane May for the Valkyries. Cherry Kiss.
Ah, yes, Cherry Kiss. Cherry Kiss, our lead jammer.
Hurricane May is now able to get out of the pack as well. Here comes Cherry Kiss on a scoring pass. Ooh, crashes into a
Ooh,
blocker at the
God
back of
dang.
the pack.
Ouchers.
Cherry
Okay.
calls it off. You saw there that Cherry was in the middle of the pack, and then her bench told her to call it off with the other jammer coming in from behind. There's a
Yeah,
lot
that
of
makes
teamwork
sense,
in
that
this
makes
sport. A lot of
sense.
fast-paced teamwork in this sport.
Oh yeah, I can see it.
So go ahead if you want to introduce us to these. If you want to introduce us to the jammer for the brides, and I'll cover the jammer for the
All
Valkyries
right,
each time.
so for the Runaway Brides, we got Hollywood 623, and for the
for the Doomsday Valkyries. That's 925 Evil Twin. However, what do we have here? We've got a timeout. We got a. Is it going to be another challenge? Let's find out.
Oh, wow. It's kind of suspenseful.
Just a team timeout. Timeout Valkyries.
Timeout Valkyries.
Timeout Black is what you heard from them on the infield.
Yeah.
All right. So that'll give us a very brief stoppage in play. We'll find out when they get back. So let's see if we can see that whiteboard there.
All right. The whiteboard says. I'm trying to make out like, Lord, I can't see anything. I'm just seeing sixes.
Yeah, it looks like right now, it looks like we're looking at a jammer penalty. We've got a cut track penalty on Cherry Kiss. And we have for Remy Ruckus, that's the IB that I saw. Let me look at our penalty card there. I actually don't know these by heart, some of them.
What is it again? It's like.
There you go.
Oh, it's right here?
Yeah, IB. What is
IB,
penalty IB?
Illegal block. Oh,
Well, that makes
Lord.
sense. Illegal block. Okay.
Uh-huh. That makes a lot
Yeah,
of
honestly,
sense.
you know, I'm sure everybody's seeing on YouTube and whatnot. People have seen all the videos of, you know, the bank track roller derby in the 1970s.
Hold on. Is that
with
Feel Good Inc. by Gorillas playing, I'm hearing?
What's that?
Is that Feel Good Inc. by Gorillas, I'm hearing?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it is.
Yo, I used to
this
I actually
playlist is
love
great.
that song.
This playlist is honestly great. Honestly, I'll stop sometimes and talk. What do we got now? Now we got an official timeout. So the
Oh,
team
we got an
timeout
official
has rolled into
timeout
an
now.
OTO. So
Yeah.
a lot of discussion about those penalties. Anyhow, I was getting off on a tangent. That's what I do, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Would you like to bring us our first sponsor read of the evening? Go ahead and grab us. We'll start right at the top where it's nice and easy.
All right. So we got a sponsor from AZDD Merch Booth. Be sure to visit the Arizona Derby Games merch booth to get your favorite league and team merchandise as well as a cold beverage or snack. We have brand new t-shirt designs from your favorite teams and check out our discounted merch. That's where you can get your souvenir cups for the night. Come grab some keychains, tote bags, patches, and more. And watch out for our new merch cart. Our goods can now come to you, apparently. Wow.
Yeah, we
It
got our
actually
merch
seems
cart
really
travels
cool.
around. We're back to the action. So that penalty was wiped off the board after that discussion by the officials. So no second power jam for the Valkyries. And your lead jammer is Hollywood.
And then the lead jammer, Hollywood, is going around.
Hollywood's jersey number is 623. I'll let you.
Bam! She got that hard. Oops, but she's managed to actually. Oh, wait.
Yep, trying to push forward.
Yeah, she's trying to push forward, but will she make it? They're blocking her. Oh, goodness. Oh, she got a little bit out.
Almost, and then got clipped by that last blocker, Mimi Mahler.
Oh, yeah. She
And
got
there you
clipped.
go. Yep, right there, almost got out in that last blocker. See, the trick is a blocker can't come off the track. If they knock somebody off the infield, they have to stay on the track. If one of their wheels touches the infield, it's an invalid block, and the skater gets to go on.
That makes a lot of sense.
So
That
you'll
makes a
see
lot
them
of
block
sense.
and go whoa, whoa, and try not to fall off the edge of the track. It's
Oh, yeah.
a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. But real quick, I've never actually done roller skates in my life, actually. So
I did once when I was in 6th grade. I went to Skateland on like a book it trip.
Oh yeah, and also if everybody wants, I'm gonna make a quick shout out to Great Skate. Great Skate, the really cool place. It's a really, really cool place. You can do
we know them
roller
well in this
skating.
community.
You can. Oh Lord, I did not see that. You can basically get snacks. There's an arcade section, and it's a really fun, actual, really cool place. I'm not gonna lie. It's like really, really fun.
So that's Muerta was in the pack, trying to effect a scoring pass as best as possible with Cherry Kiss on the pursuit.
Hold on one moment. Excellent defense by the Brides. Points for Tech. Points for Tech. We got some points for tech.
Oh, we're going to have a challenge.
Oh, we're going to have a challenge up in here. Ooh.
All right, so you saw that flag. That flag is the challenge flag that was tossed
We
by
got
Infidel
the
Castro.
challenge
So each
flag.
team gets one challenge per half, and so they can challenge a penalty or challenge points. I can tell you that officially they don't tell us what the challenge is, and we're not supposed to guess. But
Oh,
when they
that's a
call
little bit
down the people that
bonkers.
track the points from up here, because what you have is
Uh-huh.
you have two officials up here, and you have two officials on the infield that both track points from different angles.
Okay, that actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And I think this is already our second challenge.
Yeah, it's already our second challenge,
Yeah,
which
it's
is
our
really
only
a
second
whole
one.
lot of stoppages in play. So
Yeah.
So the Valkyries are challenging the fact that they did not get any points, is what happened.
Oh.
And the exciting thing about tonight is both teams are undefeated.
Yes.
So there's a lot on the line here.
Yeah, I was
So
going to say, I
the
didn't
winner
wrote
of this
down
game
here.
gets a free pass to the championships, and the non-winner gets to play in playoffs.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And also, yeah, the stakes are high. And also, from the recording or the announcer booth, my teacher, one of the actual people from the bombshells, huh? Go bombshells, by the way. We got number 90, 1999, Shona over here, by the way. So let's get some stuff for her. Let's get some stuff. I'm a little bit nervous, so because I've never been on one of these. I'm a
You
little
are
bit nervous.
doing
you know?
great. It's like I tell people it's not complicated. You just say what you're seeing and you'll be just fine.
I know, but like,
Yeah.
I have a Twitch channel, and I don't really have that much with it. You know, I'm trying to like actually start
Oh,
it
you're
up.
good. You got to
but
start somewhere.
Yeah.
Listen, my spouse works from home, and they watch Twitch in the background all the time. They watch GTA RP.
Oh, that's
And so
actually so cool.
I, a 43-year-old, dude, I watch more Twitch than a person of my, demographic bracket probably should.
Oh, yeah.
I like watching it. They just, while they're working, and I'll just be sitting there like probably with sports on in the background, zoned out watching Twitch. It's
Oh,
fun.
yeah,
It is. There's so many different things. I mean, it's such a variety of things that you can watch. It's like an infinite cable box. Yeah.
Exactly. There's something for everyone.
Absolutely.
I've honestly tried to get my parents to like actually, kind of like experience some fun stuff on the internet, but like, moms and dads kind of don't trust it. But I'm hoping maybe I'd be able to get them, more or less to give it a shot,
Yeah, we wanted to mention that there are also announcer shout-outs that are live and in effect. I will get that spreadsheet pulled up at quarter break because that was just dawning on me that I don't have that open.
Exactly.
But as I'm going to tout this and people, so for announcer shout-outs, if you go to the ticketing section of our website, ArizonaDerbyDames.com, make a donation to the league between $3 and $10, and we'll read your shout-out live on the air. If it's somebody who's going to be maybe jamming, I'll try to squeeze it in then, or sometime
That actually
relevant.
sounds really good. That sounds
yeah,
really good.
excited for that. So that's also, though, if there should be a clickable link on the Twitch stream. If you're watching Twitch, you can do that directly in stream as well.
Exactly. And I think I just remembered what mine was. I remembered a little bit of it. My Twitch actually was 84830. I'm trying to remember the rest. QHCK. It's an odd one, but if you have a pen at home or a pencil or a piece of paper and pen, write it down because you might actually forget it.
Right.
Oh, and also don't forget to follow Arizona Derby Dames on Twitch. So, yeah, that's mine. But if you have a pencil or a pen and paper, obviously write it down because it might be a little complicated. Complicated. Sorry.
All right,
So,
second
yeah.
second unsuccessful challenge, so neither team has a challenge left in the first half.
That
Both
makes
teams
sense,
will get
that
a
makes
challenge
sense.
for the second half.
So here's my question. How many halves are there? Because I know in like hockey,
Two.
there's like, there's only two.
Yeah, two halves,
Oh.
pretty typically.
Oh.
4 quarters, 2 halves.
Oh, four
So
quarters,
I
two
said half,
halves.
but I mean that they get 1 challenge per 2 quarters.
Oh,
So there's
okay.
15-minute quarters. That's Invader
Oh.
Slim for the Valkyries, who is out and is your lead jammer for the Valkyries. That's
All
Dolly
right, all
Spartan,
right.
who's jamming for the Brides in the middle of the pack. Well, at the front of the pack,
That
I
makes
should
sense.
say.
That makes sense. Ooh, and let's see if she can get past. Oh, she's in the yellow. She just got pushed into the yellow, and then, oh, dang, she just pushed someone over.
That
But
is
they just
one
got
way
back
to
up.
clear a path for yourself.
That's a lot of hard hits.
That's
but
right.
she got through.
So Invader Slim now is going to try to come around for a second scoring pass.
Wait, her name's Invader Slim?
It sure is.
Oh, that's actually a really cool name. I'm
Isn't
not
it,
gonna
though?
lie. Cause like when I was little, this show I used to love to watch was Invader Zim. My mother showed me it, and it was just funny because it's like, oh, a little alien comes down to conquer Earth, but everyone's oblivious as all heck except one kid. One kid was like, oh, I've seen an alien, and no one believes him. I thought that was the funniest thing. Shout out to my mom who's in the crowd right now.
Very nice.
I think I can see her.
Yes, shout out to JD's mom as well from me.
Yeah.
That is Cherry Kiss once again for the Brides. Cherry Kiss has had good success getting out of the pack for the Runaway Brides and is out once again.
Almost definitely. But she's about to come into contact with the other ones. And actually, let's see if she can make it. Oh, there's a little struggle. And apparently, I can't really see her at the moment.
All right, block to the
there
infield
she
with
goes.
Cherry, yeah.
Oh, there she goes. All right, so she's trying to push through. She's trying to push through. Oh, she got pushed through the yellow, or a little bit, by Ruby Ruckus, apparently. Oh, Lord.
Hurricane May is your jammer for the Valkyries and is still trying to get out the front of the pack, has that star stashed at the moment.
The blockers are playing for big hits, and it is massive. Those are some massive hits. And the ref blew the whistle. We got 623 Hollywood jamming for the brides. Sorry, I'm trying to remember all this, but I have my teacher right here, so she's trying to relay the message, and I'm trying to say it as she says it.
Oh, you're good.
So, yeah.
That's Evil Twin this time for the Valkyries. JD, you are really doing fabulous,
Oh,
by
well,
the way.
thank you, thank you.
Sometimes you'll have people that announce where you can't hear a thing they say, so
Oh, yeah,
you are
thank you,
doing
thank you.
wonderfully. Evil Twin is going to dash to the front of the pack for
Yep,
the
and there
Valkyries.
she goes.
So Evil Twin
Number
holds the cards.
925 rushing for it. Holy! Oh, there was an arm. Oh, I think there was an arm right there, right? Like, I just saw an arm, like, went bop, like that.
It could be. It could be. I honestly, I do not know what
she got through. Oh, she got
She
through.
did, but it was a great block on the end. You saw that block right there at the end of the pack by the
Yeah,
Brides blocker, number 192.
Exactly. I just saw her literally Call of Duty slide from like all the way up onto the ring and just go right towards the yellow, and then the ref called it.
Yes.
That was actually really, really cool. I am not gonna lie.
So 5 more points for the Valkyries. Valkyries have only scored in 3 of the first 10 jams, but do hold the lead 30-17 here. That's going to be Cherry Kiss and Hurricane May one more time. We've seen this matchup. This is the 4th time, I think.
That's 4 times this matchup.
You'll
this
see the teams
matchup
usually
has
send up
done
a
it.
pretty tight rotation of the same 4 to 5 point scores each time. It's like starting pitchers in baseball.
That actually makes a lot of sense. Speaking of baseball, my dad's a huge, holy moly! That's crazy. What just happened there? What on earth just happened right there? I wasn't looking.
Well, the blockers have to be within 20 feet of the pack, or they have to just stand aside and let a skater go past. And that's what happened, is they'd wandered too far ahead of the pack. You can't go backwards. That's the trick. So if you get out of play, you just have to wait for the pack to catch up to you. So that's what you saw there. Yeah, Hurricane May was allowed to just skate around Sandra Slay O'Connor at the front of the pack.
Yep, just like you're tying your shoe a little around the bunny and through the hole, if you catch my drift.
Ooh, a big collision at the back of the pack, yeah. And the 60-second clock actually expired on that one all the way around.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
So 3 more for the Valkyries. Here comes merch wandering on by us. That's our merchandise is heading on down the front straightaway right now. Those are raffle tickets, by golly.
Raffle tickets. We got some raffles
That's
up
right.
in here.
They got a little sign right there.
Support your local roller derby and buy some raffle tickets, won't ya? How much are the raffle tickets?
We will get you that information momentarily.
All right, all right.
Yeah. So this jammer is for that's Invader Slim one more time.
Nah, I'm good. I mean, I heard we had some M&Ms, so I could take some M&Ms.
Invader Slim is going to try to tiptoe along the inside and get around Hollyhood, but Hollyhood is up to the task. Slim
Oh,
now
yeah, there she goes.
is going to weave along and just run out of room. Great blocking from both teams.
Yep, that makes a lot of sense. Wow. Oh.
And Slim gets a little whip at the front of the pack from Mimi Mahler to get her going.
And she's coming around the bend.
Dolly Spartan is out as well. So Dolly's going to try to keep this to one scoring attempt for Invader Slim.
Again, I love that name. That name is really, really nostalgic for me.
So we are going to have to see there. You saw Slim signaling to call it off and was shielded from the view of the regulator on the infield. So was not able to see that signal initially. So looks like we are going to have we're going to have an official timeout here. I saw Meryl Streep signaling for one. Let me get off the horn while they talk points. All right, after that discussion, that timeout is going to wrap up. So 4 points for the Valkyries, and then 3 from the Runaway Brides. We knew about the 3 for the Brides. They were making sure the Valkyries got all 4, and they did. So net gain of 1 for the Valkyries, 37-20.
But first, we actually have a, oh God, I already forgot what it was, but it was from my school, oh Lord.
We'll catch up on that, yeah.
Yeah, we'll catch up on that later.
Yeah, we'll get a refresher
because
no worries.
I'm kind of a little bit.
That's okay. We'll get him to write it down because when you're announcing, me too. I am brain to mouth. I don't remember anything. Meanwhile, that is Muerta, number 131 for the Valkyries. Your jammer for the Brides is Strange, racing around the outside, and Strange is out and clear.
And there she goes. Whoa, wait, she's taking her cap off.
There they go.
Oh, they go, I mean.
Yes.
Okay, so one of them's trying to get past, and the other is trying to get...
There's Muerta's going to weave around and then backwards. Strange with the full head of steam gets the jammer point and is going to call it off.
Yeah, that was epic. You know, honestly, if I were to join this, but I know it's only girls that can do it, but if I were to only do this, honestly, I would actually do something really kind of funny, actually. So, like, if I was at the end where, like, I'm pushing a little, honestly, I would get around and kind of do, like, a Michael Jackson, like, moonwalk, you know?
Oh, yeah?
But, like, backwards, you know? Kind of, like, go, like, as I'm walking forward, you know, getting to the end, I would do a Michael Jackson moonwalk. That would just be something.
Yeah, I'd have to learn how to roller skate first. That'd be the only problem.
Almost definitely.
Well, yeah. That is Hollywood. This is a power jam for the Runaway Brides. During that previous jam, obviously the Valkyries picking up a penalty.
Yeah.
So Hollywood gets out and has 40 seconds to score points. This is the last jam of the first quarter. The quarter clock is expired.
All right. Yeah, that's the last jam for the
first quarter.
First quarter. Thank you. Holy moly, I'm actually forgetting stuff like I have the mind of a goldfish. I am never usually like this at home.
You're just excited because you're watching exciting roller derby.
Exactly. It's
That's
just
all.
like, whoa, what is happening in my brain a little?
So block along the inside by that pivot, the defender for the Valkyries,
Lord,
that would be Mimi Mahler.
Okay.
And slowed up Hollywood, which is what they're focused on doing at the moment, trying to keep Hollywood from getting any more points. Just 3 seconds left on the clock, so...
Ooh, looks like something came from the referees over here.
Yep, we had the jammer signaling to go ahead and call it off. That'll take us up to the end of the quarter. Here comes Crash to let us know for official.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
All right. I am going to take us into the quarter break. Waiting for them to bring the points up here before we do that. It's a 9-point jam for the Brides, a 9-point power jam. So your score heading into the break is 37-34 Valkyries. But stay tuned. There's a jammer penalty. The Valkyries are going to have a power jam when the next quarter starts.
Oh, yeah, that'll be fun.
We have a break right at this time.
All right, all right. Yeah, we have a break at the moment, so yeah. Oh, and here. Oh.
You want me to introduce him or is Show going to do it? Okay, thanks.
All right, all right.
All right, so.
Oh, your mic's off.
I know, it's the cord. So, there we are. All right, so now that we are into that first quarter break, I have given that portable microphone down to the infield. It is my pleasure to introduce to you. Let me turn the music down. It's a little live for trying to do, something about talking about a mission such as this. All right, Excel, that is ACCEL. Excel's mission is to provide exceptional educational, behavioral, therapeutic, and vocational programs for individuals with special needs and developmental disabilities. We've got halftime coming up, which is 15 minutes, and then a 30-minute break between bouts as well. So, a couple great options. All right, here comes that power jam for the Valkyries. JD, you want to take it away? This is Hurricane May for the Valkyries. I'm going to switch mics.
And let's go. Let's see what the Brides defense has to offer.
So the Brides do at least have the advantage of having all 4 of their blockers. They do have that this time.
Oh yeah, that'll be actually pretty cool to see what they got. All right, and they're off. They're off to the races, folks. Now I also got to add, one of the players that I noticed has one of the numbers from one of my favorite bands' favorite songs, Iron Maiden's The Number of the Beast, which is 666. But I thought that was really, really cool. Oh, and she got out.
Yeah, that was the first scoring pass already for the Valkyries.
All right.
Yep, so now she's coming around for her second. Yeah, you'll see lots of numbers. A lot of numbers have a lot of significance to the skaters. Wow.
Whoa, she Mario jumped that stuff. Holy
what a
moly.
jump. Yeah, that was a great descriptor for that. 100% Hurricane May now. Third scoring pass. The Valkyries have really done damage on these power jams.
Oh, that's actually awesome. That was actually pretty cool. I wonder how she learned how to do that. That's actually pretty cool.
Lots of practice, yes.
Yeah, I bet money she had like a ramp at home where she lives, so like she can practice. She goes around and around, and then when she needs to, she'll bring out the.
This is the only bank track.
Yeah.
One of the only bank tracks in Arizona.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is where they practice at.
Yeah, it's basically just getting to know gravity really well and then kind of messing around with it.
That's
you know?
actually really cool.
So-
Not gonna lie.
So that ended up being a 14-point power jam for the Valkyries to start the scoring here in the second quarter, and they've done just like they did in the first quarter and have gotten out to a large-ish lead comparatively. That's Invader Slim once again and Dolly Spartan for the Runaway Brides.
Yep. And basically my mom and I love that song in that band. Iron Maiden is just one of those bands that is like really, really cool. Oh, and she also forgot to mention she actually got through. Ooh, let's see. Yeah, there was a star pass too. There was a star pass from the Valkyries. Yeah.
So Dolly Spartan is
Yeah.
now weaving through the pack and finishes off a scoring pass for the Brides.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell who is who at the moment, cause like yeah, they're fast in the fact that it's not like a normal sport like, hockey or like baseball and stuff, where my mom actually taught me this keen-eyed trick at one of the hockey games that I used to go to. If they were available at the moment and still a team, the Arizona Coyotes, I would give a massive shout out to, but sadly they are not. We send our condolences to the Arizona Coyotes, as we do.
All right.
right,
Ends
all
up
right.
being 9 points for the Brides there. So 51-43. Valkyries are in front by 8. Motion Sickness starts on the jammer line for the Valkyries and has already got the star off
All
before
right.
I even introduced them. And Cherry Kiss is your jammer for the Brides once again.
All right, and Cherry Kiss is trying to get past.
Motion Sickness gets out of the pack. So Motion Sickness is your lead jammer. Cherry Kiss is
Oh,
right
yes.
out behind.
It was a jammer race. Oh. All right, she's good. She good. Woo.
All right, so that was a jammer race where you saw both jammers get out, and the jammer in front just called it off rather than run the risk of surrendering points, thinking
Most
that Motion
definitely.
Sickness was thinking they wouldn't be able to get back to the pack. With Cherry Kiss being extremely fast, that's a safe assumption.
Oh,
that
most
you would-
definitely.
that's a reasonable assumption. This is Holly Hood for the Runaway Brides again, and Evil Twin for the Valkyries. And Evil Twin is going to hop past a couple of skaters along the inside and get clear.
Oh, dang. All right, that's actually really cool. A what?
Well, it was Evil Twin coming in to score.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot what I was
you're
trying
okay,
to
yeah.
say. Oops.
You're good, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're doing a great job. Now we are checking here. I only see a jammer out there for the Brides, and that appears to be correct. So 2 points for the Valkyries. Valkyries in front 53-43. It's another power jam.
Oh, wow. And we got a power jam
There you go.
for the Runaway Bride.
All right, I'll let you take the call on this, JD. There you go. You got 60 seconds.
All right, and we got 60 seconds. And what's it called again?
Power jam.
Oh, right. And we also got how am I supposed to do it? Oh Lord. How am I supposed to do the call for it?
She's out and clear, and now
Oh.
she's gonna
Oh yeah.
score points.
Yep, and now she's gonna go and steal some points. You know what I mean?
Point for every skater she gets by.
All right, and she's doing a. Whoa! Okay, that was a lot. That's a lot. Wow. She got some slick moves. We got 18 seconds left until the power jam is done. And she's trying to get past. And there she goes. Now, I gotta wonder, do you get like dizzy on the track to like you're going around and whoa, what just happened there?
So Cherry Kiss was trying to kind of skip around a couple of skaters before the clock expired. You could see Cherry is watching our scoreboard, which is up here on the wall. You can't see it from our angle, but was
that makes
watching the
sense.
timer on that clock. The Runaway Brides have put 10 points on the board. It's a tie game, 53-53.
Ooh, it's actually a tight game.
Yes,
Holy.
it is.
But,
On the track now, that is going to be Dolly Spartan for the Runaway Brides, Hurricane May for the Doomsday Valkyries.
Yeah, that's actually pretty accurate. Oh wow. Yeah, I'm still a little nervous, so I'm kind of jumbling words.
Oh,
and,
like I said, you're doing great.
I kind of feel a little embarrassed. Not that much, but a little bit.
Dolly Spartan along the inside is going to get out first for the Runaway Brides. Hurricane May is trying to get past
Whoa!
Novocaine.
What just happened? What just happened right there?
Yeah, you had a blocker get knocked down. That was Baby at the back of the pack that got knocked to the infield.
Ooh, ouchers.
Hurricane May is out for the Brides, so Dolly Spartan tries to get a couple of points, and you saw her signal to stop the clock.
All right. Stop the clock and stuff. But I know this is a little early in the year to say this, but my favorite time of year is honestly, I gotta say fall cause like you got pretty much Halloween, you got Thanksgiving, you got, well, my mom's birthday's in November.
And Miss Rachel.
Oh, and Miss Rachel's, obviously. She's another teacher of mine. But honestly, my favorite holiday is Halloween. Because, like, there's a lot of things that can happen in Halloween. Like, there's, spooky things that can happen.
So we had a big block there, right there. You saw right there, Pretty
Oh,
Hurt
yeah,
Machine was able
yeah.
to get Invader Slim out of the pack for the
Ooh.
Valkyries.
Yeah. Oh,
You've got
dang.
Strange for the Brides. Is going to get knocked out of
that's
the
a
infield.
collateral.
And Strange has lost lead
B
jam.
change. We got some B change up in here.
We had a lead change. I could see what
got
was
some
going on right in
lead
front of us.
change.
Yeah.
There was 2 lead changes.
There
Yep.
there was two what?
Lead changes. Basically, the person who had the
We got
basically
we
the
got
lead
two
ja-
lead changes.
the lead jammer changed twice. So we're going to check on the points. Give us one moment.
Yeah.
We've got 3 for both sides. So 60
yeah.
to 56 remains the score, essentially.
All right.
Okay,
That's
so
actually-
Hollywood for the Runaway Brides and Hurricane May for the Valkyries.
Yeah.
It's a 4-point game.
Yeah, it's a four. It was what? A 4-point game, folks. A 4-point game.
What's up, Scared Jaeger?
What's up, Scared? What?
Scared Jaeger?
Scared Jaeger, what's up?
All right, out for the Valkyries is Hurricane May. Hurricane May out and clear. Hollywood's going to get
I have
blocked
no
off to
idea.
the infield, is trying to get out. Scaring Jaeger is one of Miss Show's teammates.
Ah, all right.
So, anyhow, there goes Hollywood getting out of the pack now. So, Hurricane May is trying to make sure she gets past all those skaters at the front of the pack and does it and calls it off. Big block at the back of the pack, but I would believe the whistle sounded before Hollywood got there.
Yeah. Way to fight, Hurricane May. Against the right strong wall, apparently. Sorry. Yeah, it's a tied game. Holy moly. 60-60, people. We got 60 to 60. Holy crap.
All right, that's Cherry Kiss for the Brides once again. Evil Twin for the Valkyries.
Oh, Lord. We got some fumbles right there. We got a little bit.
And
of
Twin
fumble.
races around the outside to get clear. Cherry Kiss
Most definitely.
gets out as well. A cheer from the crowd alerts Twin to this. Twin is going to be signaling for some blocking coming around the track now.
Oh,
look out.
what
Collision
on
at the back
earth?
of the pack. Twin's got to get by somebody and call it off.
Oh, can we get someone to check on her real quick?
That's why you have to stay in.
That's why you gotta stay in. Yeah, that's why you gotta stay behind the yellow line. And yeah.
All right, looks like it was Ash Smashin' that went into the kick plate right in front of us. That's what JD was saying as far as. All right, so they're going to repair the track here momentarily and get that piece of the kick plate over there. They're checking on Ash Smash'em over at the bench. It was Ash that went into the kick plate hard. Ended up being 2 points for the Valkyries, which breaks the tie. So this has been a very close game so far, JD. As you can see, there's only 4 minutes and 40 seconds until halftime.
Oh yeah, I can tell.
And
Wait, really?
you don't have to. Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, 4 minutes and 40
I
seconds.
know this game's almost half over, and you don't have to
Wow.
be that familiar with any sport to guess that a game that's 64-60 is pretty close and has been pretty close throughout.
Oh
So,
yeah, that is like extremely close. I remember my very first hockey game was against the San Jose Sharks. Man, like literally, I remember that, and like that was the first ever one. Shout out to my mom and my mom's boyfriend who brought me to that game. That just opened up set off a chain reaction that just opened up the gates to my love for hockey. It was epic, honestly. Like when basically the Arizona Coyotes won, my mom actually had me basically send a video to the team saying, "Thank you very much for playing. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome." And yeah, that's not the only time I actually had a lot of stuff for the LA. Or I mean, God darn it, I said LA when I meant Arizona.
So JD, what do you think about your first roller derby game so far?
It's actually really, really, really cool, honestly. There's a lot of like stuff that there's a lot of hits and stuff that actually this thing is actually
Yeah, there you go.
there we go. This thing's driving me a little bonkers.
Yeah, as you see, I don't even use one, no matter which mic I'm using.
Yeah.
So I figured, let me bring you an update really quick. So what happened is Ash got tangled up in the kick plate and snapped that kick plate. So they're currently basically repairing it. And they're basically just repairing the snapped ends of the kick plate, and we will continue once that is done. So, hey, let's bring some sponsorees really quick. I'll let you get to this one next here, but let me first talk about our vendors down in the vendor village that are there tonight. The Coffin Draggers are vending. The Arizona Derby Dame's own Coffin Draggers are not only a team of talented skaters, but a team of talented artists. The Draggers are selling handmade items, all made and designed by the scariest ghouls in the morgue. Stop by down there to see their wares. We also have the Psychic of Levine. Psychic, spiritual insight, incense, sage, crystals, candles, palm readings, tarot cards. Raven Sweet Haven. I am a happy consumer, selling killer pastries and sweets, comfort flavors, and wild combinations with local ingredients. Come for the pie and cupcakes. Leave with as many bacon, cheese, flat muffins. The muffins are flat, so it's all muffin top. And I heated one of those bacon cheese muffins last night. It's a corn muffin. My goodness.
Wait, really? They're like bacon cheese muffins.
Savory corn muffin.
No
Down
way.
there for sale. You could put one in your face hole in 5 minutes.
That's actually, I gotta say, really, really good.
Yeah, no, check out Raven
Wow.
Sweet Haven during the break for
I
sure.
think me and my mom, before we came over here, I think we checked them out. They had like a bunch of like skeleton like things, like patches and.
Yeah, that's the Coffin Draggers booth. So
Oh yeah, that's
lots of vendors down
actually-
there to check out, though. Yeah, you can wander down there.
Wow.
Raven Sweet Haven, Psychic of Levine, the Coffin Draggers table. Don't forget the Arizona Derby Dames merch booth. You want to let us know about Lost Dutchman Tattoo? It's one of our longtime sponsors. You can read that little.
Oh yeah. Okay, so Lost Dutchman Tattooed, tattoo shop specializing in various styles from realism to traditional. You can also customize your own tattoo. Holy moly, that is the coolest thing ever. Walk-ins are accepted. The shop is located at 4121 North 19th Avenue, east side of 19th Ave, north of Indian School Road. Mom, that would be actually really cool for you. I'm not gonna lie. Oop, and looks like the the kick rail just got fixed. Let's go.
Yep, all set to go. Nothing a little
All
gaffy
right,
tape
and
won't
let's
fix.
continue the roller derby.
All right, we are going to get right back to it once again. 62-60. Valkyries are in front by 2 points at the moment.
Oh yeah, that'll be epic. And really, I can't believe it's like that simple as it is. You just basically knock the players out that are trying to score the
Yeah.
points or trying to stop them.
There's a lot of strategy involved, but at the end of the day, that's really as simple as it is.
Almost definitely.
Yeah.
So
So that's Hurricane May once again for the Valkyries and Dolly Spartan for the Brides. Both teams are using this very close rotation of jammers.
Oh yeah, that actually makes sense. Oh, and she's
Slowly.
yeah, and it's kind of a little slow, but I bet it'll. Yep, as I was about to say it, it's kicking up some speed, and it kicked up a lot of speed.
They have both strong walls for each team.
Yeah, they what?
The walls are strong on each team.
Oh yeah, the walls are strong on each team, and it's
They're doing an amazing job.
the blockers are doing amazing job. Oh, there we go. There's a block right there.
20 seconds left in the jam, and still so far neither team has gotten their jammer out. So extremely
Oh,
good
yeah.
defense here is what you're seeing.
Yeah, they might be good for each other because like I've seen two good teams go at each other and there have been times where it gets the ref called something, but
Let's cheer for defense.
let's hear for defense. Oh,
There
come
we
on,
go,
let's
yeah.
hear some for defense. Come on.
Thank you.
Whatever.
You know what? You and Al Annihilation should talk after You didn't even need to be prompted to tell people to cheer harder for defense. I like it. All right, we are back to it. Yeah.
I mean, these skaters are literally putting their lives on the line for you people, for your entertainment. Come on.
So
Let's
that's-
hear the roar of some entertainment roaring. Come on.
Cherry Kiss for the Brides, and Vader
Really?
Slim for the Valkyries.
Ah, whatever.
Watching for Cherry Kiss at the
All
front of
right.
the pack is going to get blocked to the infield by those Valkyries blockers. Lightning McQueen's going to set up at the front of the pack. Invader Slim trying to get by them.
Ooh,
Gets
and it-
spun down by Astrothought. Again, with the defense, neither team yielding. Big
Ooh,
blocks.
ouchers.
Skaters down along the infield.
That was a hard hit. Number 4, delivered by Sherles. 420 actually got knocked into the yellow line, and Cherry Kiss is actually really going far. Actually, our lead jammer actually for Cherry Kiss.
So Cherry Kiss is able to weave around the pack along the inside coping, get those points, and call it off. Mimi Mahler had taken over as jammer for the Doomsday Valkyries.
Yeah, for Double D. Speaking of Double D, there is actually a really show that my dad and I actually love to watch, and it's actually streaming apparently on HBO Max, which is Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. Yeah, has anybody ever heard of that show? I mean, it's a really good show. I mean, like, there's some restaurants me and my dad actually have found from that show is actually in Arizona, and it's like, wow, these restaurants are in Arizona. It's like, how are they there? I would love to find them and actually, like this.
That's Mamba is your lead jammer for the Brides, so now
And
Mamba's coming
Mamba-
around to get points right here.
Almost definitely, she is. Wow, she's a lightning. Wow, she's like the Roadrunner from Roadrunner and Coyote, and Wile E. Coyote. I meant to say, Looney Tunes. Oh! She got
Muerta's at
knocked.
the back of the pack trying to get past those defenders. And those defenders have been doing a great job. That's Nightmare and Lightning the Queen that are going to shove Muerta off the track. Here comes Mamba.
And this is a big jam for the Brides.
Here, Mamba now is going to weave through the pack again and finish another scoring pass and call it off.
And it has been called off, and let's see what happens next.
We're going to have a stoppage in play, but that's going to be a huge jam for the Brides.
Yep, and we only got 40 seconds on the clock before
15,
halftime, actually.
15 points for the Runaway Brides, 79-62.
Yeah, which is actually really, really cool, not going to lie. It was a really good first half, I'm not going to lie there.
Let's let you know about Raya Riot Tattoo. Tyranny is a tattoo artist who had a traditional apprenticeship, an education not only in the traditional folkish art form, but also in the education of the craft, including building machines and needles, and the history of the old workers' ways. This connection to the history of tattooing builds a deep respect for tattooing itself. Tyranny is a native-born Phoenician whose life has always included creating art, with tattooing being what she's become most passionate about. That's Raya Riot Tattoo, another one of our sponsors.
Wow, that's actually really cool. Now, actually, speaking of tattoos, does anybody remember the Moana movie? Not the second one, the first one. And I don't think enough people actually saw this one scene, but there was a dude in it that was getting a tattoo, but it was in the weirdest way possible in my own opinion. It was in Moana, the movie. But it was literally the guy having to take some ink and put it on a rock and tap the design on his back with the rock and a stick. He was just going
We're
like that.
gonna
And it was like, what? How do they do it back then? That's nuts.
We're going to get back to the action. This is going to be Cherry Kiss. The Runaway Brides, after a 15-point jam, now have a power jam.
The power jam.
So Cherry Kiss tries to get clear, takes a hard block at the front of the pack, but is able to
Ooh.
rebound off and get clear.
All right. And Cherry Kiss is actually going around.
This should be the last jam of the second quarter, so this should take us up to
most
halftime.
definitely. 10 more seconds left on the clock. We got 10 more seconds left. And 5, 4, 3.
Yeah, that's the quarter clock. The clock at the top is so now the game clock is expired. We'll be at halftime when this play ends, which has 16 seconds left at the top of the screen there.
But we also got 16 seconds left.
Yeah. So that's what you're looking at now. Cherry Kiss trying to finish this
now,
scoring pass.
10 more seconds.
So the Valkyries played some defense there, were able to slow down that scoring pass, and Cherry Kiss calls off the rest of the time on the clock.
And don't forget to check out don't forget to check out Vendor Village and buy your raffle ticket, and also support the Arizona Derby games, you know what I mean?
All right, Derby fans, we are just about ready for the end of the halftime break. There's about 30 seconds left in our halftime break. I hope you have, if you're here in the arena, have tried our food truck this evening, J&J Barbecue. They are parked out there. As you see on the scoreboard, both teams back to having a challenge and 2 timeouts as we get ready to move into the second half. We'd like to bring you our first raffle prize winner for the Yeti Cup. If you were bidding on the Yeti Cup, the raffle ticket for the Yeti Cup is 496670. 496670 is the winning ticket for the Yeti Cup. We'll hang on to that up here, but if you won that, you can also just go down to the raffle prize table, which is completely opposite side of the warehouse from where I'm announcing. So honestly, don't come up here. Yeah, I was going to say right now, JD just got food delivered. Got one of the what type is that show? What type is that?
It's a blueberry muffin.
So that's a blueberry, and yeah, like I said, it's kind of baked. And think about it's about like a, I don't know how big you would say that is. I'm terrible at estimate, but yeah, it's all muffin top.
Yeah, and it has what'd you say it had in it?
This one's blueberry. They have other ones that are savory with corn and cheese and things like that.
Oh yeah.
So we're ready to get underway and to start things off here. In the second half, the Valkyries have a power jam to start things off. That's Hurricane May for the Valkyries. So
yeah,
no jammer for the brides.
Yep. Sorry, I had to move the mic stand a little closer because I wanna actually try this thing.
Yeah, you're good. Feel free to take a bite. You munch on that. I'm gonna work on the game. May has taken off the star and is now going to be looking to possibly get that to Nikki. Although hasn't put it back on. There's just a logo on the back of the helmet that looked like a star. now has it in her hand and is trying to get past those blockers at the front of the pack. The Valkyries have a Bride pendant at the back of the pack, but the Brides so far are playing great power jam defense. Now here comes Nikki Badass to try and help. And the Brides are going to continue. I heard in front of me, save your energy, and the Brides are going to hold strong. No points surrendered on the power jam. Oh, you're good. Don't choke. Yeah, please enjoy that muffin. That looks delicious. Yeah, you're good. Drink some water. Meanwhile, we have no points, obviously, for either side in that jam, and this is going to be Evil Twin for the Valkyries, Cherry Kiss for the Brides. Evil Twin is going to get shoved down to the rail by the Brides' defense. And Cherry Kiss will get clear along the inside first. Twin now is going to race around the outside to get clear as well and try to keep this to one scoring attempt for Cherry Kiss. And Cherry gets into the pack, runs into a wall of Valkyries defenders and has to call it off. So 2 points for the Brides there. So not much scoring here in the first few jams of this quarter. That's going to be Mamba this time for the Runaway Brides. Hurricane May once again for the Valkyries. May is glancing around. Mamba was knocked off to the infield. May tiptoes around a blocker and gets clear. Able to tiptoe around Baby going into the corner. So Hurricane May out and clear for the Valkyries. Big block at the back of the pack. Remy Ruckus down for the Valkyries. Mamba dances around a blocker to get clear. So try to keep this to one scoring pass for Hurricane May, who races past those last blockers and does finish off that pass. So 4 points for the Valkyries. Lead for the Brides is 20. I hear a power jam upcoming for the Doomsday Valkyries. I heard a penalty and I saw Cherry Kiss taking the star off. It's another Valkyries power jam. The Brides just put the kibosh on the Valkyries power jam 3 jams ago and surrendered no points. Let's see what they can do this time. Brides this time are down 1 blocker. Valkyries have all 4 of theirs. And May is going to get around Cherry Kiss at the end of the pack and get clear. So there's 50 seconds left on this Valkyries power jam. Valkyries hold all the cards here. They've got a skater goaded at the back. May is going to jump over that skater at the back of the pack and then is able to get those last blockers out of play. At the back of the pack, Strange is working to break the goad situation, but they cannot get past that wall of defenders back there. Here comes Hurricane May, gets blocked into the rail, spun around, trying to get past, and it looks like those front blockers were just far enough to be called out of play, and just enough of them to be called split pack. Hurricane May is going to dodge around, Lightning the Queen. There's still 6 seconds left. May is going to look around and let the clock expire on the power jam. So we'll check on the score. Should be a productive one for the Doomsday Valkyries.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Also, I am back, and that blueberry muffin, muffin top, I meant to say,
yes,
was like, wow. That was really, really good.
Yeah, get down. See, you got another ringing endorsement. So get down there, Raven Sweet Haven. So that is a 15-point power jam for the Doomsday Valkyries, and that seriously cuts into the Bride's lead, which is now at 5.
Uh-huh. That is really cool. So it's 81 to 86.
That's
wow.
right. We have 10:19 to go here in the third quarter.
Uh-huh.
This is Invader Slim once again for the Valkyries and Dolly Spartan for the Brides. Slim is up at the front of the pack and is trying to get past Marion Novocaine and is able to do so. Those blockers had to let her go. They were too far from the pack to block. Watching now, Invader Slim catches up to the pack and, wow, finds an opening along the outside and gets through for the Valkyries.
Oh, yeah. Oh!
And then takes a tumble, into the front straightaway and is going to, Dolly Spartan is going to get by and pick up a jammer point.
Oh, yeah, she's gliding like an eagle.
Dolly racing back to the pack, and Slim's going to call it off. Slim comes out of the first turn, and the Track Monster takes no prisoners. Track Monster is hungry. So let's check on the... Checking from the infield there. All right, so 5 for the Valkyries. We've got another tie score, JD. It's 86-86 once again.
Wow, that's actually nuts.
And we have another power jam now for the Valkyries, who just put a 15-point power jam on the board after putting a 0-point power jam on the board. What are we going to see here?
I'm not too sure, but I do have a theory, though. At the end of this match, we might have a, a death match, meaning like, still like they're tied at the end, and then,
sudden death. Yep,
sudden
that's
death.
exactly
and
what would happen.
We might have that.
Absolutely,
folks.
that is absolutely possibly in the cards. Big block. You heard the crowd with a moan as Hurricane May got knocked onto the infield. May still fighting to get out. May's trying to get those blockers pushed out of the way, now waiting for blockers of her own. There's still 20 seconds to go on this power jam. And May, hands on knees, going to get blocked again. So there we go. The wild swings that you see in these games. That was a 0-point power jam, a 15-point power jam, and then a 0-point power jam. So
let's hear it for some defense. Come on, people. Let's hear some defense. See, over there, they know it. Yeah, there you go. Over there, they know it.
So game remains tied halfway through the third quarter. It is tied once again. It's still tied. That's
it is
Muerta.
Still tied. Holy moly.
Muerta for the Valkyries and Sandra Slay O'Connor for the Brides.
And that's another name I actually pretty much like. Muerta. That actually reminds me of two different things with that name. La Muerta and De los Muertos, which is basically Day of the Dead, which was the second one, and the first one, which actually, oh Lord.
We've had the star passed forward for the Valkyries, and that is motion sickness now. That'll be jamming for the Valkyries, trying to get out of the pack and keep this at one scoring pass for Sandy. And motion sickness again, blocked down, hard hit by Astro Thought down there in the corner.
Yeah, that makes Astro Thought's actually been, sorry, I got the hiccups a little. She's actually been, pretty, I want to say brutal, or she's been knocking some players out.
Yeah, they have. Astro has been. So,
she's
all
been
right.
knocking some people out.
So, we have, let's see, it ended up being 3 points for the Brides. All right, 3 points for the Brides, we were confirming, so 89-86. This will be Mamba for the Runaway Brides and Invader Slim for the Doomsday Valkyries. We got a new winner for the Yeti Cup, so hang on to that momentarily. And Mamba along the inside, Slim trying to get out the front of the pack, and those blockers are out of play. So Mamba's going to get one attempt at this, and Invader Slim's going to try to cap it at one scoring pass.
Ooh, what's happening? I was looking at this. Mamba got lead jammed and scored, actually, is what my teacher told me, but I wasn't really paying attention because I was looking at the score sheet to see if Invader Slim was on mine, which she is not. Oh, wait, she actually is. My bad. Cherry Kiss got, ooh, Cherry Kiss is jamming against, Cherry Kiss is jamming against Evil Twin, which she is, I'm trying to tell which, oh, there she is. She's actually kind of a bit in there. She's trying to get in there. No, she's trying, but it's not really working out. Let's see if she, oh, yep, she got a plan. Oh, yeah, girl, go. Woo! Shooey! She got it covered.
So Evil Twin now is trying to get out the front of the pack.
Oh!
And they've got the star handed forward. So star pass and
Oh,
taking over
that-
as jammer is Muerta.
That was a lot of hard hits. There has been, I don't know how many hard hits there have been, but there has been a lot of them, folks. And the ref is blowing the whistle. Yeah, it has been pretty good, not gonna lie.
All right, so 4 points for the Brides. Brides are back in front by double digits at 11 points. This will be Dolly Spartan for the Brides, and that is Invader Slim for the Valkyries. And Dolly, weaving, trying to find a space around the outside, runs into Mimi Mahler. Mimi, so far, good defense there at the front of the pack. Now it's going to get some help from Shirls. Here comes Slim.
Oh,
Everybody
yeah,
in the pack
Slim,
comes together. More good blocking on the inside.
And there's some blocking. Oh,
And
heck
Dolly
yes.
takes off along the inside. Dolly's out. We got a skater out of the track.
Holy crap!
Skater out of the track, skater in the
she
track.
got knocked out of the ring.
And
she
right
got
back
knocked
in.
out of the arena. I'm just calling it an arena because it kind of looks like a bloodbath. Yeah, the
Dolly-
track. She got knocked out of the track. Holy moly. Way to get up, Hollywood. Oh, Hollywood. Sorry. Way to get up. Holy Mary, Mother of Joseph. That's what the soldier does. Yeah. Anyone who knows, there you go. Yeah, this is why you gotta stay behind the yellow line. For your guys' safety, you know. Yeah, and the skaters, obviously. So, like, yeah, there's all that. All right, here's Miss Victoria.
All right, so let's go ahead and announce that Yeti winner one more time. The first one, I need you, if this is your Yeti ticket, to hoot and holler because I haven't had a chance to read this number again. Yes, go ahead. Number 496670 for the Yeti Cup, 496670. Going once. That is going twice. All right, if that was you, we'll figure it out. But I'm going to move on to our new winner for the Yeti Cup, 495374. 495374, new winner for the Yeti Cup. We got a winner down there? Great. All right, you're actually close to the prize table. Head down there to the, where you got the tickets on your way in. They'll get you helped out with winning your raffle prize.
Wait, I'm sorry. Who was the winner? I wasn't paying attention real
A
quick.
person down along the front straightaway.
All right.
they had
Hope
the
you
winning
have
ticket.
fun with that Yeti Cup.
That was
Jimmy!
that was an 8-point jam by the Runaway Brides to take us into this timeout.
Oh, one of the guys right here has a Guns N' Roses shirt. Rock on, bro. All right. And we got it.
All right, after that timeout, it is Hurricane May for the Valkyries and Cherry Kiss for the Runaway Brides.
All right.
And May finds an opening along the inside, waited for a delay, and then took off. And May is out and
Oh!
clear. Cherry Kiss now gets clear as well for the Brides. Will
And
try to
there
keep
she
this to
goes.
one scoring pass for Hurricane May.
And Cherry Kiss is on their tail. I got to admit, she going faster than the speed of sound, in my own opinion. I mean, not as fast, but at the same time, holy smokes, she's got speedy feet. She got some speedy feet.
So we'll check on that scoring from
Yeah,
the
some
infield.
speedy
This is
beans
going to
on
be this is going to be Mamba for the Runaway Brides, and it'll be Evil Twin for the Valkyries. Valkyries get 2 points on the board out of that.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be epic. All right, and the guy.
Okay, Mamba gets blocked hard to the inside. Evil Twin found an opening along the rail and is now dealing with those blockers at the front of the pack. All of the Brides blockers are now going to get together to try to keep Evil Twin from getting out, who now gets help from her pivot.
All right, and she's...
And trying to skate along backwards.
Wow!
And gets up and is out and clear for the Valkyries.
Yeah,
The
that was an
believed
incredible knockout.
At least Twin believed those blockers to be out of place, so
That
we'll
was an
see
incredible
if that is
knockout,
the
but
case.
she got up.
So Twin is out for the Valkyries. The jammer for the Brides still not out. That's Mamba. Twin is on a scoring
Got a
pass.
fumble. And the ref called it.
3 points for the Valkyries there.
Most
There'll be
definitely,
about
most definitely.
a minute to go in the third quarter here as this jam starts.
Oh, yeah. This is going to be a sweet match.
This is Hurricane May for the Valkyries and Cherry Kiss for the Runaway Brides.
Yeah, I don't know if that sudden death match is going to be on the cards anymore. It might be on the cards, but anything could happen. Anything can happen at a drop of a dime. My parents and I have that motto. That's me and my dad's and my mom's motto. Anything can drop out of a drop of a dime. Blah, blah, blah. Word jumble.
Cherry Kiss getting spun off the track by the defense for the Valkyries and has to call it off with
Oh,
Hurricane May coming in
no.
late.
Well, she did her best right there. She actually did her best right there.
So there's time for one more jam here in the third quarter. The Brides are currently up by 17 points.
All right.
That's going to be Dolly Spartan for the Brides and Vader Slim for the Valkyries.
60 seconds on the clock.
Looking for an opening. Slim is towards the front of the pack.
All right.
And good blocking by Mimi Mahler with the whip.
Yep.
And now Dolly Spartan gets clear as well. So is going to try to keep this to one scoring pass for Invader Slim.
Oh, and we got him.
And a collision at the back of the pack. And Slim not able to pick up any points with that collision at the back of the pack. So no points for either side. And that's going to take us to the quarter break.
Yeah, the quarter break is now up and running. Okay. And also, if you want to find me on Twitch, I'm just going to say this about maybe one more time. The ending, because I'm going to say at the end too, just in case anybody forgot. My Twitch, if you want to find me, is, and if you have a pencil and paper, I advise you to get that pencil and paper because you probably will forget. If you won't, you won't. PS4 and actually be able to watch this. I might watch this when I probably get home the next time because this is epic. This is really cool.
Don't forget to check out Excel's table.
Oh, and don't forget to don't forget to check out Excel's table where we got we also got a wish list
Special Olympics team.
for our Special Olympics team and
Products to buy that we made in the workshop.
and products that you can buy that we made. Like, we made a lot of good stuff. I was over there a little bit ago, and there was this plant, and this is, well, for anyone, obviously, but it was a 3D printed coffin that you can put your plant in. Now, honestly, I thought that was cool because I'm into spooky stuff. But if anyone else likes it, go ahead. If they don't, no biggie. We got plenty of stuff. You know, we got a lot of good stuff there. So don't be afraid to go over there and check it out and stuff like that. You'll find something you guys like. And also, let's get back to the game, shall we?
Sure thing. We are back to the action, and your first jam of the fourth quarter has been a defensive struggle like many we've seen. The evil twin for the Valkyries is at the front of the pack dealing with the strong four-wall of blockers for the Brides.
All right,
and
all right.
Now Cherry Kiss for the Brides. Neither jammer out at this point. So now trying to fight clear at the front of the pack and spinning to get out is Lightning the Queen. So Lightning
yeah, the
gets out,
spin
but there's only
maneuver.
5 seconds, 4 seconds to
Wait,
go.
she's actually doing it. She kind of is doing a moonwalk type thing. Wow. Yeah, she was kind of doing a moonwalk over there. No, she was like, well, she wasn't doing the feet maneuver, but she was just like crossing her arms kind of backwards and just going, you know, around. So I still consider that a moonwalk technique. Holy moly, you took my technique. I'll allow it.
So no points for either side there. It's Hurricane May for the Valkyries, Mamba for the Brides.
I don't know. In my opinion, I consider style points, but oh well. Not in the actual game. I'm going to keep that as a headcanon.
And Hurricane May is able to get those blockers pushed far enough out of play, and May gets
yeah,
to wave
and
around.
also,
Lead jammer for the Valkyries.
And also, Hurricane May is actually going in for the Huntress kill by going behind. You know what I mean?
Hurricane May now mid-pack and dealing with that wall of defenders for the Brides. Now getting some help from Nikki Badaz and Remy Ruckus.
And
Mamba, yep, I was going to say,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah, Mamba's going for it. Or Mamba. Blah. Sorry. I get those confused a little.
Hurricane May trying to make sure she gets past all three of those skaters and then is told by her bench to call it off.
Yeah, I bet she'll get some sort of revenge on them, you know?
And Hurricane
like-
May got all 5 of those points.
Exactly. But, like, I get it because, like, their name, I made that remark because, like, the team's name is Valkyries, and Valkyries are kind of, I want to say, related to Viking mythology.
Yeah,
so I'm like,
it's Norse.
yeah,
It's
Norse mythology.
It's Norse.
My mom actually tried to teach me Norse mythology once, and I actually learned a lot from her with that. I still love her. I love you, Mom. You're the best.
All right. There we are. That is Evil Twin this time for the Valkyries. Strange is jamming for the Brides. Has not done that
Exactly, all
often
right.
tonight.
Yeah, great defense. That is an awesome defense from both sides, actually. Like I said, they might be too good for each other, honestly. What I mean by that is, like, they're really good on both ends, and, like, we've had how many ties in the scoreboard?
Oh, there's been at least 5 or 6.
Oh yeah, at least 5 or 6 ties in the scoreboard. Like, imagine that.
Evil Twin
That's crazy.
almost got clear, but got blocked at the last second. So
Oh, yeah.
this is turning into one of those jams where probably neither side's going to score anything.
Yeah, like I said, they might be too good for each other. To the point where, like, they can't even get points to each other at this point because they're both good. Exactly. So, yeah. And then whoever called that they both went up each other, they made a very good move. They are both undefeated teams. And we'll find out who's the best out of each other tonight.
So 10:45 to go in regulation. Discussion continues along the front straightaway. And almost an official timeout, but not quite. So yeah, hydrate to dominate, JD. We are back to it. There goes Hurricane May up towards the front of the pack. Dolly Spartan found an opening, threading through, and is going to race around the outside and get clear. The Brides now are going to try to solidify up and not let May out.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Wait, what? Dolly Spartan's the lead jammer. Coming in hot for some points. Let's go get some Top Gun. If you catch my drift.
And now
Don't let
May
Goose
gets
die.
May gets a block from Nikki, and May's able to get out to try to keep this to a second scoring pass and no further for Dolly.
Most
Dolly
definitely,
gets
most
blocked into the
definitely.
rail, has to call it off.
Most definitely. And also, I also thought of a joke earlier. Like, earlier, a couple days ago. Where, like, imagine if, like, a little kid were to bring out a cold water bottle out of the fridge and just go up to their parents and go, I just cracked a cold one. Their parents would be like, wait, what? And just shows them the water and be like, oh, I always thought that would be a funny one. I thought that was a funny one because, like, cold ones are normally surrounded by beer. And it's like, oh, water. That kind of makes sense.
All right. So we've
All
had a
right.
team timeout. Yep. Timeout by the Runaway Brides.
Sorry if I'm stealing the show.
Oh no, it's okay. Hey, we were just listening to you go, man. I like it.
I've probably given a lot of people, maybe a tad bit of people headaches.
All right, so as this timeout has continued, yeah, jump in the Twitch chat really quick and holler at JD and tell JD, you know what? Hey, chat. I do that like a Twitch broadcaster.
Oh,
my
yeah.
God, chat, are you even seeing this?
Chat, are you seeing this? I
Chat.
mean,
Oh my
chat.
gosh, chat.
Come on, chat. This
Come
is
on,
epic.
chat. Chat, come on. We'll just sit up here the rest of the game and chat. Oh my gosh, chat.
Yeah,
Anyway.
like, and then when they're like kind of fall behind me, like, chat, are we
Yeah.
cooked? Chat, are we
Chat,
cooked?
calm down, chat.
Chat's going absolutely nuts.
All right, we have Sidewalk Surfer as another one of our league sponsors. Sidewalk
Sidewalk.
Surfer, large selection of roller skates and
Oh,
skate accessories. They build custom skates and service all brands of skates, all sorts of stuff, skateboards too. Open 10 to 8 Monday to Saturday and 10 to 6 on Sundays.
Do they do scooters?
They do all sorts of rolling things. I bet
Oh,
they
that would
tend
be
to
actually
scooters
really
as well. I
cool.
mean, basically, a lot of them have skate type bearings anyway.
Oh, that would be
Anyhow,
so cool.
but you know, honestly, if you're curious, there's a lot of skaters here that go there and can probably tell you. Anyway, they're at
yeah.
Scottsdale and Oak, 2602 North Scottsdale Road in Scottsdale. That was
I'll have to check them out when I want to get my next scooter.
so.
I don't know.
Right now, the Brides have just put 6 points on the board. The Brides are up by 18. We have, after that timeout, not a power jam, but the Brides are down 2 blockers, so it's a 2-skater advantage right now for the Valkyries.
That
Like a
makes sense.
5-on-3 in hockey, basically.
Yeah, that's cool. All right, so let's see who's playing who right now. So like, Valkyries has trying to see their number at the moment. I can't see their number.
Valkyries has Hurricane May.
Okay,
Number
Hurricane May.
101, and then Cherry Kiss is jamming for the Brides, and
All
Cherry
right,
Kiss
all right.
is just playing jammer defense. So you
Okay.
can see what the Brides are doing now. The Brides are definitely trying to run the clock.
Oh yeah, they
and
got
just-
they
and
got a
trying to
maneuver.
end this game.
They
which
got
is,
the stall movement.
They
got
do
the stall
absolutely,
movement.
and you can see that's what with the Brides being in front, they want to run the clock out at this point. They've already switched into that kind of game mode.
Most definitely, most definitely. I'm gonna.
Hurricane May was almost out. Lightning McQueen is still blocking May and knocking May to the infield one more time as 2 seconds, 1 second left, and Cherry Kiss won't get back for any points.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. All right, now let's see what it is.
So no points for either side. There will be about 8 minutes to go in regulation when this next jam starts. Don't forget, once again, everything's on the line. These two undefeated teams playing for a bye, the chance to take April off, and then go straight to the championship bout to face the eventual winner of our playoff tournament in
Makes sense.
April.
And now we got Mamba and Murta
That is
in
correct.
there, playing as the point givers. Ooh, okay. Mamba is actually having a little struggle, but also Murta is kind of getting blocked. So that's fine. We take what we take. We got to take what we take.
And the Valkyries are just able, I saw Muerta dash forward and hands the star forward. So taking over as jammer for the Valkyries is Nikki Badass, number 669. The
Yeah, and I
Brides are
love
now
the
going to
creative
line up and
names.
play a 5 wall at the back of the pack, however.
I like the creative names. The names are very creative. Oh, we got a fumble.
And
Oh,
Nikki,
whoa,
Nikki
whoa, whoa, whoa,
Badass
what
is
just
able
happened?
to weave around that blocker along the inside, and Nikki calls it off after getting the points.
Oh, I
5
didn't
hard-fought
see that.
points for Nikki Badass.
Oh, I don't think I saw that. Because I was like, just focused on the players, but then
Oh,
I
yeah.
was like talking.
Mamba
and,
got out right behind, though, and is able to force the quick call off. So
yeah.
Brides burn about 45 seconds off, a minute and 15 seconds.
Yeah, and all and then
Brides are in front
Valkyries
by
just
13.
need 13 points left in
Yeah.
order to tie it again.
And basically,
Wow.
the Brides, as you see, their jammers are going to start right off. They're just going to try to keep them from scoring any points whatsoever.
Exactly.
The Brides' calling card is their defense, but there goes Cherry Kiss around the outside to get clear. That's just what the Brides are looking for. Evil
Cherry
Twin
Kiss is
now
on
is
the
going
way.
to run
Cherry
to the
Kiss
front
is
of
on
the
the
pack.
move.
Great block by
And-
Lightning McQueen, and then Lightning finishes it along the inside. So Evil Twin still not out.
Yep.
Cherry
Evil Twin.
Kiss is going to get through along the inside after a scoring pass.
Most definitely, most definitely.
6 minutes left. Here comes Cherry Kiss. Evil Twin's
Cherry
going to
Kiss
line
is
up at the
going
back
for
of the
it.
pack.
And she goes for the kill.
able to get through that wall and is trying to finish that scoring pass with 6 seconds left. This is going to be huge for the Runaway Brides.
Exactly, exactly.
So let's check on the score from the infield. That
All right.
is going to be coming up is going to be Hurricane May and Dolly Spartan. It's a 9-point jam for the Brides, a huge 9-point jam. 123-101. The Brides are currently in front by 22. Really looking to control the pace of play here late in this game.
Yeah, I can tell. That's actually pretty dope. That's actually pretty dope. Okay, there they go. And, yep.
Dolly Spartan out the front of the pack for the Brides. So the Runaway Brides once again are going to be controlling the pace of play. Trying to get out the front of the pack is Nikki Badass, but Nikki gets blocked by Strange, knocked down hard. Here comes the jammer for the Brides once again. Dolly Spartan. The Brides are really starting to pour it on here in the late going of the fourth quarter.
Oh,
But
yeah,
that's
they're
why
trying.
they're the champions.
Ooh, and they got a block up right ahead.
Nikki does get out. Dolly is mid-pack, still working on that scoring pass.
Oh, yeah.
And then Dolly's going to call it off, approaching that front wall of blockers. Runaway
Yeah.
Runaway Brides are playing this just like they want to. They are in the business of staking themselves
They
to a
got
late
them
lead.
in the money. They got them trapped, cornered, and got them where they want them.
Staking themselves to a late lead and then managing to run the clock out essentially on their opponents. That's what they're looking to do here. Cherry Kiss for the Brides, Invader Slim for the Valkyries.
Yes, sir. This is happening. All right. So we got a little bit of a fumble. Tiny bit. Not that much. No. Yes. Oh. Is it true? Is it true? Oh. She did a spin maneuver and then, and a slide. Oh, wait. She's trying. She's trying to get a pass. She's trying to get past. Oh, is she going to get it? Is she going to get it?
Great defense by the Brides there on the front straightaway. Lightning McQueen has been all
All
over the
right.
place throwing blocks.
And Cherry Kiss is trying to get ahead,
Invader
but she's
Slim
having a little
is
bit of a
trying to
difficulty.
fight through the pack now, running into those blockers.
Almost
Lead
definitely.
trying to
Cherry
get-
Kiss is trying to get ahead.
using the rail for leverage, blocked again. So the Brides defense is playing super strong here.
Almost definitely. All right, and she's trying.
And the Brides defense is going to hold strong one more time.
All right. Yes, sir. This is getting real good, really quick.
We're going to have a team timeout for the Runaway Brides. So with it's going to stop at 2:54 to go in regulation. 127-101 is your score at the moment. The Runaway
Yes,
Brides
sir,
have used their
that's the score.
their first second half timeout.
Oh,
Before
yeah.
we get to anything else, let me announce this prize winner. Let us know if you are the winner of this. We have the Bling Smoking Set, bracelet and trinkets. It says the Moodley merch bag. Your winning ticket for that is 495-386. That's 495-386. Let me know if that's your winning number, 495-386. For the Moodley merch bag. We'll set that back over there. I don't see anybody waving and hollering at me.
Come on, you want your thing or not? Come on. You want your bag?
Well, it could be any number of people. They could be on the infield too. So
Fair
we'll check
point.
on that. Don't worry.
After point. We'll double check on that. We'll fact check on it. We will fact check
Looks
on
like we're ready to
that.
go after that team timeout by the Runaway Brides.
Exactly.
And the Runaway Brides have surrendered a power jam here in the late going. So this is huge. For the Valkyries right now, they have the Brides have a blocker in the penalty box, as do the Valkyries. Hurricane
All right,
May is at
all
the
right.
jammer line for the Valkyries right now.
And there they
And the
go.
Valkyries really need this if they want to have a chance at staying in this late. Hurricane May gets free around the outside.
Almost definitely. Who's that one? 101?
Valkyries currently down by 25. May to the high side. Tries to outrun
Hurricane
Strange.
May's getting on it. And she going for the bloodlust. Oh, but she's maybe able to get through. Oh. Wait, she did it! Oh, yes!
Was able to get past
Oh, yeah,
those
she did
blockers.
it.
25 seconds left on the
It
Valkyries
actually
Power
makes
Jam.
that. Hey, it ain't that lucky that the score is for the Valkyries is 101, and the one who's given the points is Hurricane May. So
And that
maybe
time-
it's her calling.
And that time, May's able to run over a block
Isn't
from
that
Nightmare and
funny?
get past it.
That's actually really cool. I'm not gonna lie. That's actually really, really cool. Not gonna lie. Oh,
And that'll do it. The
I
clock
think I might have
expires
jinxed
with
it.
Hurricane May trying to get in the middle of the pack and see what she can get.
I think I might have
Collision at
jinxed
the
it a
end.
tad bit.
We have a winner for that
Sorry.
prize set. So they're going
I'm
over to get their
sorry.
prizes. Yeah, if you hear me call out your win, do not follow the sound of my voice. Go to the opposite end of the warehouse from where I am. Like, if you look at me, you need to look and go away from me to claim your prize, just FYI. Sorry.
Yeah, FYI.
All right, so after that, it looks like we are going to have, the clock is going to proceed down to the end of the break. And looks like we're going to have a official timeout. An OTO
got it.
after all that ran down. So no, not a team timeout. I thought, yeah, Castro didn't have any team timeouts left to use.
I want to give my school, Excel, some love. Come on, people. Let's give my school some love.
That ended up being a 14.
Please, I beg of you.
That ended up
Oh,
being.
come on. I go to the dang school, and they're really cool. Come on. Maybe just a tiny bit. Thank you, Arizona Tire Derby Danes, for having us. You are probably one of the greatest. Actually, nah, you actually are the greatest for all this. This is actually one of the cool.
All right, so that was a 14-point power jam for the Valkyries. Game reset. Right now, the Runaway Brides are up by 12, 127 to 115. There is 124 to go in regulation. In Bank Track Roller Derby, if the score is tied at the end of the game, we will have bonus jams until the tie is broken. Also, there are penalty jams. Now a team timeout. All right. So a team timeout. There's a discussion from the infield as far as timeouts remaining, but now the Valkyries have called apparently their second timeout. So now a team timeout for the Valkyries. As I started to say, so what'll happen is after the last jam of the game, even if the game's not tied, if the team that's behind doesn't get any penalties, oh, sorry, they're talking to you. At the end of the game, even if the score's not tied, the team that's behind doesn't get any penalties, and the team that's in front does get at least one penalty, then free jams happen, like overtime.
Oh.
And teams have come back to win after this. Valkyries won their first game ever. They were
Okay,
0-8.
that's actually pretty
Yeah,
cool.
they were. Yeah, I recall.
Oh, yeah,
And
that's actually
that
pretty
came,
cool.
Yeah, so that's something that can happen if you hear me talking about that, just so you know what's going on. So once the clock hits zeros, it may not necessarily even be over.
That makes sense.
Yeah, penalty jams.
Penalty jams.
So we'll have to see.
Okay,
We
those
have-
actually are pretty cool.
We have the
Actually, can't wait if that happens.
We have the coaches now.
I don't know. It may happen, may not. I don't know.
So the coaches were discussing something with the regulators down there and head referee Mama Seidel.
Fair point.
All right, we're back to it. So once again, the Brides are up by 12. The Brides are going to be looking to protect that lead here with 124 to go in regulation. Evil Twin for the Valkyries. Cherry Kiss
Yeah.
for the Brides. Lead jam is basically going to be everything here and in the following at least one jam.
Most definitely, most definitely. They're going to try their hardest.
And Evil Twin is able to race around the outside and get clear for the Valkyries. Strange is dumped at the back of the pack. Cherry Kiss is fighting to get clear, and now the star's been passed forward by the Brides. Lightning the Queen is going to take over as jammer for the Brides. Evil Twin gets blocked off to the inside by Cherry Kiss, fighting to get up into the pack and calls it off, trying to get past a couple of skaters. So the Valkyries were looking to get lead jam, just not able to string together a couple of scoring passes based on it. The clock is under a minute to go in regulation at this point. Runaway Brides are clinging to that lead. Valkyries put 3 points on the board. Valkyries are within 9.
Oh, yeah, that'll work.
9-point lead for the Brides. There's
going to be work in their favor.
Oh, there's going to be a timeout. Oh, goodness me. Now what? Now
also,
who's calling timeout?
Yeah, but I'm also eyeballing the giant disco ball of the roller skate.
The disco
in the middle.
skate, yes.
Yeah, what's that for, honestly?
Decoration.
Oh, just...
And because it's cool.
Ah,
yeah,
that
right?
actually makes a lot of sense.
Swaggy.
Yeah, that actually makes sense.
Right?
I like it. I like it. But also, I do have to ask.
What's up? All right, we're back to it. 30 seconds to go.
30 seconds to go.
9-point lead for the Brides. The Valkyries need to get lead jam here if they want to string this along and hope not have to count on penalty jams. That is Mamba for the Brides. That is Hurricane May for the Valkyries.
All right.
Hurricane
Whoa. What
May,
was that?
blocked hard by
ouch.
Novocaine.
Big hit by Novocaine. Again, I'm not good with names, so if I mispronounced it, I am very, very sorry.
Hurricane May is stuck behind that wall of defenders for the Runaway Brides, and you're just watching a clinic in how not to let somebody through a pack. The Runaway Brides are united at the front of the pack and are not giving an inch.
To run a pack one by
Nikki Badaz is managing to pull off one blocker at a time, and still they just come right back together.
Oh, yeah. And Cherry Kiss is trying to get them to not do what they want. You know what I mean? I mean, the Valkyries.
The quarter clock has expired, so at the moment we are through regulation.
Oh,
Mamba now gets out of the pack, but that really was secondary for the Brides.
Oh, yeah.
And it was basically just keeping the Valkyries from getting out. All right, so that takes us to the end of regulation. Let's check on penalty jams. Let's see what we've got. Let's check the whiteboard as they get ready to turn around. I see an arms penalty on the Runaway Brides, and at the moment, we got a challenge. So at the moment, we have an arms penalty on the Runaway Brides. There were no penalties on the Doomsday Valkyries, which means there was going to be a penalty jam. We have one of the arms penalty is on Cherry Kiss. And one more time with that whiteboard, please. I could read that. Well, yeah, you know what? It's funny when the whiteboard can't hear me. I usually can't see it's a penalty on Mamba.
Oh,
it is an arms on Mamba. It would be a power penalty jam for the Valkyries, depending on the outcome of this challenge. If this challenge is unsuccessful, the Valkyries have a penalty power jam down 9. If this challenge is successful and the penalty is overturned, it'll be a regular penalty jam and not a penalty power jam, because there's more than one penalty on the Brides. So either way, we have a penalty upcoming. So either way, this game ain't over. The Valkyries have hope. It's either going to be a power penalty jam or a regular penalty jam.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yes, that is what we've got. I had to kind of talk through all that. I saw it. So here we are.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my goodness.
Thank you to both the teams for excelentes derbies, which is a roller derby. You know what I mean? Thanks to both of them. They're actually really good.
All right, they are now announcing it to the coaches, and as soon as they get back to their benches, I will give you the heads up on that call. We'll get ready for the penalty jam, which was not a secret, and they've been made aware, and it was an unsuccessful challenge by the Runaway Brides. The Runaway Brides have surrendered a cut track penalty to Black Mamba. It's a power penalty jam for the for the Doomsday Valkyries. Excuse me.
Let's get some noise!
Let's get it going. If you're a Bride supporter for
Power
defense,
jam!
the Valkyries have to get
Power
2
jam,
scoring
baby.
passes or hope for more penalty jams.
All right. And they're off to the races, baby. Woo!
Bride's defense is going to try to be up to the task. Strange is going to play great individual defense first and block May off to the infield.
All
Now
right,
here
all
comes
right.
Mimi Mahler with some blocks as well.
And they're going. Whoa, they
And
did
May
it!
is able to jump past Lightning and get out.
And they just did it!
They're timing from the infield. They'll be timing from the infield as we watch this. So I won't be able to give you time checks. Here comes Hurricane
And
May.
she
May gets
slips
around those first
through.
blockers now to the front and is going to try to just press past. Nikki's up there to help. May's fighting to get through. The Valkyries
That
at
was a
this
fumble.
point, it's got to
Those
be
fumbles.
within about 15 or less seconds. So I would say the Valkyries are going to be hoping for penalty jam number 2.
Oh,
The
yeah,
Bride's
come on.
defense has been excellent during this
Most
power
definitely.
jam. The Bride's defense has been really, really great.
Oh, yeah.
Here comes Hurricane May. I'm watching the timekeeper. And that is it, coming down the back straightaway. I watched Crash watching that
Oh,
stopwatch.
yeah.
So let's
But
see.
was it enough? Let's find out if it was enough or not.
So?
Let's find out.
Should be 5 points for the Valkyries. Let's check on it. Let's watch the penalty board to come up and see if the Valkyries get another penalty jam. 3 for the Valkyries, not 5. There was a pass at the end, it says. All right, what was so? Yeah, 3 points, not 5. So honestly, the Valkyries, it would still take 2 scoring passes even if there's another penalty jam. So, and that hasn't been easy to come by. The Runaway Brides defense has been incredibly stout, even more so than usual, which is saying something. That's their calling card, and they've really, really turned it on here.
Yeah, they really have.
We're waiting. The officials are still talking. And there's penalties on both sides on that whiteboard, so this should do it. We will wait for the official signal from the referee, but unless there's a challenge or anything along those lines, we're going to wait and find out.
Oh, yeah, Clifton. This has been a little bit, this has been hectic, awesome, and all around just amazing.
Yeah,
all
it's
around.
it's been incredible. So
Most definitely, most definitely.
we're going to wait and find out if, yeah, I was going to say they're asking Castro. Okay, so the Valkyries are going to challenge. The Eyes in the Sky are going to head down now from the booth, which usually means it'll be a points challenge, which would not extend the game. At the
Alright.
moment, I do see penalties still. Nope, they're waving them down, but they are challenging the penalty on, I believe that's Nikki. I think that's a back block on Nikki Badass. That is the challenge. So they're calling down these Eyes just for penalty discussion. So the game's not over. The game is not over right now. The Runaway
makes
Brides are
sense,
up
that
by
makes
6,
sense.
127-101. JD, it's not
Oh,
over yet.
yes.
We have to wait and see if the Valkyries can win this challenge.
You hear
There
that,
will
chat?
be-
It's not over yet.
It is not over. It is not. We're rallying. We are rallying.
Oh, yes, they
know
are
what?
rallying.
You know, not gonna lie. In the first half, I thought they had us.
Yeah, that's literally what I thought too. That they were gonna have to do a death match.
Yeah. Well,
But
that's. I
apparently
mean,
it was half on the table, not really on the table. It
Yeah.
was
So
halfway.
we're gonna wait and find out.
But it just fell, you know. But anything's possible.
Yeah, we'll wait and find out what's going to happen. The challenge actually hasn't even started yet. Let's read to you some more of our. Let's get into this while this challenge is going on. Obviously, another incredible review. First of all, our volunteer medics. Let me read this. Let me tell you what. You go ahead and turn to where are we looking at? Where are we on? You get ready for Siphon Draw, Don. Siphon Draw Apothecary.
All right.
So anyway, let me let you know about our volunteer medics. Our volunteer medic out there right now is Nacho Mama, and Thank you, thank you. If now listen, we need volunteer medics. We had a couple of people not able to make it tonight. So if you are a medic or somebody who's medically trained and can serve as a medic, we are looking for volunteer medics to bolster our volunteer corps. We always say that we hope if you come down and do a doubleheader that you just get to sit really close to thrilling roller derby for 4 hours. But once in a while, our medics are called in, and when they are needed, we love the fact that they're there to spring into action to keep our skaters on the track safe. If you're able to help us out with that, we would really appreciate help. Point people in our direction. Ask me to point you towards who you need to talk to. I'm pretty easy to spot up here, and I can get you in touch with the right people.
And we also take medics that can bring people back from the grave. I'm kidding. That was a medic joke. That was a gaming joke.
Right.
It was a joke.
Medics, not necromancers.
I know, but there is one medic from a video game that kind of a little bit is, but that's just from a very old video game. If you know, you know the game. TF2.
All right. So go ahead and let us know about Siphon Draw Apothecary. They're located out, they're in Goldfield Ghost Town out in Apache Junction. You could tell us all about them.
Wait, there's a place called that in Arizona?
Goldfield Ghost Town. It's out, now you know where Apache Junction is? Out east?
No, not really.
Been to the Renaissance Fair?
No, but my Thea wants to take me very badly.
Oh gosh, it's so much fun. Trust me.
Oh yeah, but
I feel like you and I are kind of kindred spirits in some things. The fact that neither one of us is like, I like that I was told that you like to gab. I'm like, well, we ought to get along. The Renaissance Festival is a lot of fun. It really is.
Honestly, I've thought about like dressing up as like Jack Sparrow and just going, "When's the room always gone?" and just pour out a little bit of a bottle and just go, that's why.
All right, that challenge was unsuccessful. And we have a final whistle. Challenge unsuccessful. Point stand is called. The Runaway Brides once again are victorious. 127.
And the Runaway Brides are your winners for the night. And they wait, what? And that be going to the championship. Bring a round of applause for the Runaway Brides.
Yeah, next up, as the brides come in and finish up their handshake pass, high five pass, and now the Doomsday Valkyries are going to come on through as well. They'll be pouring out here in a second. All right, here come the Valkyries, and let's hear it for the Valkyries. Completing a regular season, it's the Valkyries. It is the Doomsday Valkyries' first winning regular season in history.
Oh yeah, that is
the first time the Valkyries have finished the regular season with a winning record. They have done great. They enter the playoffs as the number 2 seed. So, the Runaway Brides now are into the championship bout in May, and the other 4 teams now play in a tournament in April for the right to go play the Brides. So it could be the Valkyries again. Either way, the Brides beat all 4 of the other teams, so it's going to be a grudge match.
Oh, that is going to be a grudge match. Oh, and don't forget to check out my... Oh. And don't forget to check out Excel's sign to...
Yeah, we've got
to donate for our Special Olympics at my school, Excel.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I want the audience really quick. I want everybody to give JD a big old hand. He said a few times how nervous he was, and he powered right the heck through.
Yeah!
Never announced